Completion of Nduru Kadero Maternity in North Seme, 2 million. Completion of external works at Rata Health Center, 3 million. Fencing of Nyaera Sub-County Hospital, 1 million. Completion of Ngege Dispensary in Southeast Nyakach, 1 million. Completion of Okanowach Dispensary in West Nyakach, 2.5 million. Construction of Phase 1 of Juakali Dispensary in Railways Ward, 4 million. Completion of Onyinjo Maternity Center, North Seme, 3 million. Rehabilitation of Puyo Kowe Maternity in North Seme, 1 million. Completion of Nyandeje Kopudo Dispensary in West Seme, 3 million. Equipping of Oseure Borehole and Laboratory in West Seme, 1 million. Construction of staff quarters at Oriang Dispensary in West Seme, 2.2 million. Nyera Health Center in West Seme, 7 million. Fencing of Aboge Dispensary in West Kisumu, 750,000. Construction of Kogwethi Health Center in East Kanwawidi, 4 million. Polo Ochura Health Center in East Kanwawidi, 3.2 million. Construction of Podo Pit Latrine and Placenta Pit. And the painting of the room in Ombei, 1.5 million. Equipping and fencing of Nyangeta Dispensary in Miwani, 3 million. Fencing and construction of 4-door pit latrine at Gari Dispensary, Miwani, 2 million. Completion and equipping Masogo Sub-County Female Ward in Masogo Nyangoma Ward, 2 million. Female Ward in Nyangoma, in Masogo Nyangoma, 2 million. Toilets at Osiri, Migere, Masogo Nyangoma, 1 million. Renovation and landscaping of Koru Dispensary, Moroni Koru at 2 million. Odeyo Dispensary renovation and fencing in Central Nyakach, 4 million. Equipping of Kowino Maternity in Nyalenda A, 2.3 million. Completion of Kowino Maternity in Nyalenda A, 2.2 million. Construction of Mamboleo Health Center in Phase 1 in Kajulu, 2 million. And lastly, renovation of Gotnyabondo Health Center in Kajulu at 1 million, totaling to 123,650,000. Thank you. So we want to move to the next phase, what we want to do in the next financial year.
There's an observation of there's a list of the current projects, the previous project, the current financial year, and the proposed one for the next ADP. So we were reviewing the previous projects before we go to the ADP. So we wanted to see challenges and way forward on the previous projects. So maybe if there's any observation before we move to the next, the ADP.
The biggest observation is we don't have that list. So, you know, we can't cram 99 projects to even make a comment. Two, for the list. I wish they had a soft copy and then we can share that in our wall. That will go even faster. Two, Chair, I think I have heard they mention that Ojola Maternity. I've just picked on one. Ojola Maternity is complete and handed over. I think I've been to Ojola, and I don't know what they mean by complete, because Ojola still does not have windows, unless it was done yesterday. Ojola does not have windows. Ojola Maternity does not have windows. Ojola Maternity does not have ceiling board. Ojola Maternity does not have plumbing works for it to be operational. So when the director says that it's complete and operational, I didn't really understand. I've just picked on that one alone.
That's why I always advise you, when you come to such meetings, you come with the people who are concerned with the activities that you're coming to handle. Like for the sake of this one, you would ought to have come with Masanga. Because I think Masanga has moved to all these projects and he may be having a little bit of information about the projects. Because I know we are dealing with the office guys, they may not know, they're just reading whatever they've been given to go and present to the assembly. So you may not be knowing what is there on the ground.
But yeah, miracles happen. Maybe they can explain if it's complete the way.
So let me give them opportunity. Dr. Gola, do you have any information about Ojola? It's a dispute that it's not complete, and yet you've reported that it's complete.
Yes, from the review, it is written complete and handed over. There's slim difference between complete and operational and handed over. So with our records, it is complete. Yes, the brick and mortar is complete, but not operational.
Use the microphone.
The summary report the doctor is giving should be one arising from the facts on the ground, which is guided by the BQ. As we speak, is it done to the extent of the BQ?
Thank you very much. I wanted to respond that as per the BQ, the scope of work that was supposed to have been done.
Please talk through the chair.
Yes, Chair.
Yeah.
Chair. Through the chair. So as per the scope, what is in the BQ, that is what has been completed. So I think some projects are done into phases, and what was in that BQ, that is what has been implemented and completed. So if it is project that is supposed to be done in phases, then we need to have another BOQ to complete it, complete and operationalize.
You know, in health, you don't talk of I think it is done. It's something that is it done or not done?
Yeah, Chair.
Is it, don't talk of assumption, because it's something that is physical. You can go and see and say it is done in two phases or it is one phase, and this is what has been done.
Chair, as per what we have, as per the BOQ, that has been done as per BOQ. So what we need to do is to do a joint verification if it is contentious, but we can compare what is in the BOQ and the work that's already been done, looking at the scope. But for now, as per the BOQ, it has been completed as per BOQ.
Chair, I just wanted to pick on that one. There are several. I think when I get the list, I will inform you. The explanation, if I was asked them what was in that BOQ, they are here, they are saying it was done according to the BOQ. If I was to ask them, Chair, what was in that BOQ? I don't think if they are going to answer me what is in that BOQ and what is left. So telling us that it was done as per the BOQ is just English for us to pass that section of reporting a project that is completed. Because there are so many complete projects, and it's like the interpretation of complete and handed over changes for every project. That's not what's supposed to be happening, because assume we take that document to the public and they read it. Nobody, you won't have time like you are doing with us here to explain those many things. That's why it should be clear. If it's by the BOQ, you say, I don't understand. We need to have complete projects and they make them operational. Even right now, I don't know if you know that project, you sent money to the facility for them to do those works. I know he doesn't know. The director, medical services might not be knowing. So it was not like in the budget, it was money that was sent to that facility to do some works. And nobody knows how much those works were supposed to be and what is left right now. And we want to see if we prioritize that project. Yeah, we want to, maybe we'll move with them, and we want to see if they prioritize that project. Either in the budget that is passing, it's not there, and in the ADP that they are going to read. Just to tell you that there's something wrong in our planning. Thank you.
Honorable Kenoko.
Thank you very much, Chair. I've heard of fencing in Aboge dispensary. maybe you can confirm from your records. I've heard of fencing in Aboge for the last Aboge dispensary. And it is claimed to be complete. And you talk about complete, it means it is paid at the same time. Because we never did any project for fencing. I'm there at MCA. Nothing was done in Aboge. How comes it is appearing as done? Or, was there somebody trying to confirm his or her mischiefs?
Check whether it's in the current budget or the previous budget, because there's one that the budget that we passed in June, that is the current budget. Is it, because they have not been implemented, is it the current budget or the previous one?
Because, you need to be coming, Chair, it is always advised, but I want to concur with the Honorable Kumu. But the person concerned with all these projects are not here. No, maybe.
Chair. Year's project.
This, if at all it's in this year's project, this year's projects have not been implemented. So they are doing the BQ as we speak, and I believe if it is the current budget, then they have not been implemented.
Chair, somebody is talking about 750. And the amount allocated for that, appropriated for that project is 1.5. You see, somebody is trying to do something very funny here. Maybe they can confirm, because they are claiming to be the people on the ground. But in the real sense, they are not on the ground. And Chair, kindly guide our visitors. When somebody is on mic, you don't just pop up and start.
Why are you standing there? Allow him to finish first, then you talk through the chair. You ask for permission, then you are given permission to talk. This is not a market in Kolenyo. Director, you can now talk.
Yeah, through chair. Thank you very much for guidance. Fencing of Aboge dispensary in West Kisumu is 750,000. Remember, I started by saying that our previous budget was supposed to be 165 million, but this was reduced to 123,650,000. So that means that most of these allocations must have been reduced to make sure that all the projects that were supposed to be done were taken into consideration.
Was it a ward-based project or county-wide, that fencing? Because if it's a ward-based, I think the ward project are not touched unless it was emanated from the department. So if it's a ward-based, I don't know whether it was a ward-based project or some project that was from the department. Because if it's a ward-based, members' money are not supposed to be touched because they are the one who allocated the money to the projects. So maybe we need to liaise and confirm whether it was a project, a county-wide project or a ward-based project. Honorable Seth.
Yeah, I'm seeing construction of Koyo dispensary in East Seme Ward at 4.996839, which is completed and handed over. And I just want to get clarification from the department.
Before, let's finish the issue of Kenoko.
This is a ward-based project, and it is the only project done by the department in my ward. It's quite unfortunate that they're reducing what that belongs to, I don't know, that is now, maybe Chair, they can give us the reasons why they were so unconsiderable to an extent of trying to antagonize the MCAs.
Dr. Gola?
through the chair, we recognize the concern and congruency that you brought. As what we have, it is allocated 750. So give us time. Then we give you the details why it was reduced by how much. As at now, where we are, I'm not in a position to give you the exact detail how and how much it was reduced as we speak.
Chair, we are dealing with the wrong people. You know, this is a very important exercise for the whole county. ADP is not a child's play. And secondly, any project within the 20 million which was allocated for the MCS, it is not allowed. You are not allowed to touch that money because that is now what we have. Unless it was from a department. And remember, some wards were given 5 million. Some were given more than 5 million. And I only allocated 1.5 for my ward from your department. Can't you see you are inhuman when you are distributing resources? So kindly let him just confirm that 1.5 is reinstated and the project will be done to completion. Why do you put 750 and the project is worth 1.5? How are you going to do it? You have to be reasonable.
I think you've had the concern. Maybe you look at it together with the budget committee, because I know maybe you got the list from the budget committee. So maybe you check on the department budget committee whether there was a change. If there was a change, what could be the reason for the change? The member should know why he allocated 1.5 and now it has been reduced to 750. Because we agreed that the ward projects were not supposed to be touched. If at all it was a departmental project, I would have listened to you. But now, if it was a ward project, a ward-based project, then the money ought not to be been touched. So maybe you consult with the budget department. Maybe if the problem came from the budget department, if it's different from what was passed by this assembly. Thank you. The issue of Koyo.
Thank you. The issue of Koyo is the same as the one we've discussed, completed and handed over. And we said is according to the BOQ and not as completed and operational.
Yeah, there's something wrong now with that BOQ. And I think it's something that needs to be addressed because Chair, for 4,996,839, the contractor has only done a foundation and a wall. And director is proudly saying that according to the BQ, we have consumed 4,996,839 and 20 cents. That tells you, Chair, we have a problem. That's why I raised the issue of Ojola, and now I'm coming to Koyo. And I'm coming with a third one. I think those BQs need to be relooked. I think somebody is stealing with those BQ. If not these directors, then the Department of Public Works.
I think based on those 3 projects, you are seeing the concerns. And these are projects of the last financial year, 2023, 2022, 2023. I believe so. These are projects of 2022, 2023. And if they are not completed, and again, they don't appear anywhere in 2023, 2024. Now we want to go 2024, 2025. And they are not where, maybe they were not done to completion, and they are not nowhere in the current budget, and they are nowhere in the ADP. I think before we finalize on the ADP, you need to give us a report the status of all the projects for 2023-2024. So that we start from there. Because
I'm seeing in Miwani Ward, the 2023-2024, there's this Nyangeta, not Nyangeta Gari. You reported the contractor did not report to site, and it is a project which is almost complete. When a project is not complete, they say it is completed. When a project is complete, they say not completed, and the contractor never reported. So I think you must upgrade on the reporting.
Let's all the status reports on the projects of 2023-2024. I think those ones have been implemented. 2023-2024, all of them. I think we need to get a status report on that. So I'm directing that you give us the report, status report, not verbal, status report of all the projects on 2023-2024. So that we discuss based on whatever you've also seen on the ground. So can we give you a period of 1 week?
Yes, Chair.
All the wards, so that we invite all the members, we discuss them once and for all, because there are issues in those projects of 2023-2024.
Chair, I just wondered, maybe my last concern. When they are reporting complete and handed over, it means those projects have been paid. Okay.
Liaise with the necessary department, let us get the status report. If it means going physically to these projects, have a report on them within 1 week. So let us hand it over to this assembly. We'll invite you and invite all the members so that we go through them one by one, because there are members who are not here and maybe they could be affected by the same issue. So we'll invite you to come and maybe share with us the status of all those projects for 2023-2024. So let's get it before Monday 28th. Before Monday 28th.
Please, Chair.
The factual, that's why we are giving you time to go and dig deep into those projects and come up with the correct status report.
Please, Chair, we request for 2 weeks for that purpose. If
we've given you 2 weeks.
Okay.
When I talk of Monday 28th, we've given you 2 weeks. Today is Monday. So I've extended 1 week. It's next week, Monday. So this is the other Monday. Yeah, so we've given you 2 weeks. So we'll invite you here. We'll give you official letter, official invitation, and you can be accompanied by the relevant officers. But the report should come before that Monday. Okay. Huh? So we can we'll do for you a letter guiding you on what to do, official letter. We can now move to the ADP. The current budget we may not discuss much. I know they were slashed to 42 projects only in the department. And this one happens to all the departments. All projects were slashed. So we only have 42 projects for this financial year. So we may not talk much about them because I know you've not even done with the BQs. So we may not discuss much about the current project. So we'll go to the next financial year's project, that is the ADP. Maybe you just give us a brief of the ADP. Then we have few concerns that we'll also raise to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Allow me just to give a summary before we go to the next ADP. The summary of what we've been discussing, or the last 2023-2024 project that we've just discussed, is that all the 99 projects that he has really picked them one by one, 71 have been completed and operational. 20, and that implies that 71%, because there are 99, was completed. 20, the contractor requested for either extension or abandoned. Then 6 were not procured. They were tendered, floated, but no contractor took the offer. So before we go then, this means that we had challenges that I have to pinpoint. And one of the main challenge is with our contractors, that the contractors, 20% of the projects are either they request for extension for one reason or the other, which is also in the law. However, abandoning projects show or gives a very significant picture that the people procuring could be having a problem, or there could be something. Because for 20% of the project not to be executed, it means that there is some problem somewhere that we have to dig into. And this may trickle back to the department. That could be the department has a problem, why the contractors are not completing their project in time. And if we dig this deep, we came out that there is late in the payment. We are working on this so that our contractors get paid in time, so that moving forward, our contractor will be in a position to complete their project or not abandoning their project midway. The second challenge we had was flooding, and 2 of our facilities, one was impassable. This is Oduo, and the contractor requested for extension because of the weather condition. The road was impassable. Another of our facilities that we could not start using the facility is called Ombaka because of the flooding. So flood for this year has been a very great challenge to us. The last one, which is the least, is the court order at Lydia Okori. So fencing was not done because of the court order. So after the court order, after the court process, we believe that we'll be in a position to complete it. Fencing of Lydia Okori, St. Lydia Okori. So those are the main challenges from the last financial year on our health project in the CIDP. So moving now to the next CIDP, which we want to talk about, is, in summary, it is a huge document, a document of 300...
Can you touch a bit on the current before we move to the...
Okay.
The next? Said that this time you have only 42 projects, and last time you had 99 projects. What is the cause of that reduction?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. We had to reduce most of our health projects for this financial year that we are in, not because they were less useful, but because of the resources that went down. I don't want to exaggerate or rely more on the reasons why the resources went down. It is in public domain that each county location had to go down because of the finance bill that was not enacted. So we reduced our health projects, and the total amount was 100, and the proposed budget therefore was 165 million. This had to be reduced to 123 million, and therefore we had to sit down again and look which vital or most important project that we will execute in this financial year. That is the main reason why our health projects have reduced significantly this financial year. So they are significant, but we prioritize them moving forward. It is good, and we've heard about the countrywide project and the ward-based project, and we take cognizant of what our honorable member has brought forward, the fencing of Aboge. that has reduced. We will give you the detail of why and how and what should be done so that we finish with that project as required. So in this year, Director Fred has really read each project per facility, and I will not be in a position to repeat all the 42 projects. I have sent to the WhatsApp and to our clerk. I think she has shared it with all of us so that we can raise questions where need be. Moving forward to our next CIDP.
I think I concur to some percentage on the causes of the lands in project implementation. However, what the Dr. has not mentioned, which is a key threat to our implementation, is procurement, late procurement. If you can sort this late procurement thing, then even payment will be sorted. But you cannot talk of early payment when procurement is done late. So I think the key thing is we must sort out on timeliness of procurement.
Yeah.
Honorable Seth, you want to add something?
Yeah, I think this is going to be the best ADP that we are going to make. We have projects that were done in 2024, 2022, 2023, and we have projects that are supposed to be done in this current financial year. Before we propose projects for the next financial year, having read this, they are incomplete, completed. I just want to see their relationship between projects that were proposed this year and projects that were incompleted in the last financial year before we go to the next. Because I believe by the time they were realizing incomplete contract, I don't know, cancelled, blah, 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 they should have factored in those projects in the current financial year. So maybe the director will help me understand the relationship between the current financial year in terms of incomplete projects and projects that were partially done, as you were explaining, and this financial year. Thank you.
And again, you said that you had proposed more projects, but the money was cut. So we'd want to know the projects that you proposed that did not appear in this current budget. Did you transfer them to the next ADP? Are they captured in the next ADP? Because if at all they were proposed from the department and it was cut because of financial constraint, they ought to have been forwarded to the next ADP. That is the one that we are supposed to discuss. So are they captured there? Those are questions that we may want you to address as we proceed before you start the next ADP. So maybe say something on the same. If you are not in a position to respond, add it to the ones that you were asked before, then you will sum them on the day that you will appear before the committee.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Let me start tackling Honorable Seth, that is the Deputy Chair of Budgeting and a member of this committee. So, incomplete projects, ideally, if they had been started, or when they have started, when the project has started off or taken off, then in the next financial year, it is prudent to complete them before you move to a new project. And that is what we call financial stewardship. And most of our projects which are captured in this, not most, but some of them are part of the completion of the project which were done, which were supposed to be done in multi-year or phases. However, for complete project, because of the contractor, we did not budget them for this financial year. because we believe that when a contractor asks for extension, then it means that they're in a position still to complete their project. So that is the reason why some of the incomplete projects were not captured as new project in this financial year. Some of the projects that were slashed for this year.
The reason why I think Seth is asking that question, you see, we have a current budget with 42 projects. And some of the projects he's talking about were to be completed in the last financial, but they are not completed. And again, they don't appear in the current budget. Now we are going to another ADP. So we don't know where will they feature. Will they feature in the ADP, or they're also not part of the ADP? Though we've not touched on ADP, but will they feature in the ADP, the incomplete project that we're talking about, or they've just disappeared? Can proceed. Use the mic.
For the multi-year funded projects, if it was for the last year, for the last financial year, it was done halfway. Now for this year, it is going to appear, and we are going to use money on it because it is multi-year. Every year it is funded. It should appear so that we see it in this ADP for this year. So kindly, please, could you, through the chair, that is what the chair is talking about. We want to see, where is it now?
Through the chair, thank you, honorable member. One of the multi-year projects that is captured for this financial year is COSAO. So that is one that we've budgeted for it, 5 million for this year, because it was a multi-year project which was done in phases. Another one that I can also pick is, there were two. Ngege. Yes. Ngege Southeastern Catch. Number? Ngege Southeast Nyakach.
Director, we are just giving you an insight on what you are supposed to do. You may defend one or two projects, and maybe there are many. You know, we are 35 members here, and maybe there are awards with projects that were supposed to be in phases, and they have not been captured in this year's ADP. So we're just giving you an insight of what should be done. So go, and when you go back, try to check whether you've captured all of them based on the facts that you're going to get on the ground when you go for the physical visit for these projects, so that we capture the right thing. You can still amend this ADP and have the projects put in the ADP, because we are doing public participation and we will be giving reports. So I think with the report that the Assembly is going to give out, you can still do a few changes so that we have the right thing when it comes to implementing the next budget.
Chair, my main reason bringing this up is because we are going to have projects in the ADP, and we wanted to know why projects that could not be completed in 2022-2023 could not find their way into the budget estimates of 2023-2024. So, Chair, as we propose, how sure are we first that the projects we are having in the 2023-2024 budget are going to be done? Because we have so many incomplete projects. Some are partial. We don't know how partial. Going by what happened in Kwe, if it's true that you are considering that project complete with almost 5 million, and all we have is a foundation and a wall, then what if the monies we have in this financial year, what are they going to do? So that as we plan for the next financial year, we know 5 million can only do a foundation and a wall. So if you did 5 million this financial year, that project has to appear again in the ADP for you to find roofing and stuff like that. If we can't find that correct, what we are doing here is nothing, Chair. I think we are just going through a process that is required by law, but we are not producing anything out of this activity. based on the information we are being provided for, because we are not relating documents. We don't even know how much the projects, multi-year projects, are they going to cost. So that we know this year we put this, it was not done, so this year we have to put twice because we have to complete the project when we intend to complete them. So that it informs the ADP that we are going to talk about. Chair, if we don't have that, I think we'd rather release them to go and we make decision on the ADP.
Thank you. I think he's just talking about the same thing because we don't want to leave projects undone, left halfway. Then we talk of we are doing ADP every year, we are planning for this and this and this. So when we are planning, we need to plan with the projects that were not finished in the last financial year. I believe you are taking notes and you're going to address the same, because that is the report that we're going to come up with when we are reviewing the ADP. And I know most of the issues will be addressed when we'll be handling the report that we're going to give this assembly on the status of the projects. So that will give us a clear picture of these projects, where they are, what percentage have been done, what could be the challenges. So ensure that we also liaise with the engineers, because they will guide you on the challenges that maybe why were they not done to completion, why were they not finished. We are moving to this year's ADP. Maybe you give us a brief on the ADP. Just a brief on what is expected on the ADP.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Just a summary and a snapshot of what we expect in our ADP for 2025-2026. You realize that the last year, financial year, and this year, we've been taking more resources on our primary health care to strengthen our preventive and promotive health. We've done the mini hubs, the maternity, almost the whole county. We've also strengthened most of our sub-county, the level 4s, to be part of our PCN, so that most services can be rendered at those level. But moving on, in the next projected CIDP, our main health project will mainly be on our big facilities. That is the level 4s, the bigger level 4s, and level 6. So at JOTRH, which is our level 6, what is in our next CIDP is that JOTRH, we have 5 main projects that are we've put in our next CIDP. Number 1, and you can be checking if we have it there, is that we want to do the A&E, accident and emergency area. We want to make it accessible, make it adequate enough to handle many emergency cases. Number 2, we want to increase the theater. We've realized that theater spaces, we've realized that we have many surgeons and most of them are operating once a week because of the theater spaces. As we speak, we have 6 operational theaters at JOTRH, but we want the theater to get expanded to 12 so that each surgeon can operate twice a week, and this will help us and reduce the backlog of the patient who needs surgery, and also increase our FIF. Number 3, at JOTRH, we want to work on the sickle cell center. So sickle cell project, we are supposed to establish what we call the sickle cell bone marrow transplant center at JOTRH. Then the last one is the cancer center at JOTRH. At KCRH, which is our biggest referral now, we want to change the face of that facility. The facility has been good, it has been offering good services, but the time has come that we need to make it a new facility. And that we've proposed that we'll start transforming the face of that facility in a multi-year project. The first project we proposed of 60 million, themselves from their FIF, they have proposed to put up what we call a modern kitchen. So from the county CRF and also from their FIF, we believe that our CIDP on the health project at KCRH will be realized. At Ahero, which is our third biggest facility, their emergency and their A&E, accident and emergency area, is not there. That is an outpatient. It's not an A&E. So what we want to do there, because it is along the highway, and we expect most trauma to be along that highway, we have proposed that we do an A&E for Ahero. Number 2 for Ahero is the completion of wards. Currently, as we speak, Ahero medical, surgical, and pediatric wards are sharing one ward, which is not very good. And therefore, we propose that in the facelifting of Ahero, A&E, then the wards also must be completed. The next one is Kombewa, in that order. And Kombewa, there are two main things that we propose to do to Kombewa. Number 1 is that the pediatric ward, which is not there in Kombewa, should be completed so that children don't share the ward with adults. Number 2 is about the mortuary for Kombewa. Kombewa is very strategic. It's now a big facility. And to make services better, a mortuary is very vital for that facility. Then when you go to Muhoroni, we plan to do a mortuary as well, and then to facelift the wards. They have a good maternal ward. However, the general wards, which were built sometimes back, one of it is not in good state. There are a lot of cracks. There's not a lot of cracks. There are some two cracks that we need to revamp to make it a new building. At Gita facility, Gita is our level 4 in this Kisumu East, and therefore we need to make to complete the theater, which is ongoing there, and again to make the structural appealing to the eye from the gate. That structural outlook of where the facility is. You realize that most patients, or some patients, also get healing just from the environment and the appealing of that state. And that is mainly in the pediatric, where I'm a consultant. At Chulaimbo, we have two main things: completion of theater and then the radiological department. So those have been proposed in our next CIDP, especially in the project, health project that is moving forward. So from this year, we believe that all our level 2, level 3, and the lower level 4 should be completed and digitized. So that when we move to our next CIDP 2025-2026, our main resources, we will channel them to the big facilities that have enumerated. Thank you.
Thank you. Based on that report, I'll ask members if there is any concern concerning the report that he has discussed on the ADP. I just want to, before them, when the members are still preparing to ask questions, I have a concern with the Chulaimbo Hospital. Last financial year, last ADP, there was a budget on fencing of Chulaimbo Hospital and Muchai. Because it's only I think it's Muhoroni and Chulaimbo and Gita. They don't have Muchai. And we agreed that all the level 4 hospitals, all of them should have Muchai. Kombewa, there's a plan for it. I think there's a structure there. There's a plan for it. So you've not touched of anything on Gita, Nyakach, and Chulaimbo concerning the mortuary. So I don't know if you have a plan for that in this ADP.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. So we have as our next CIDP, we have Muhoroni in the plan for mortuary. Ombewa the same. Nyakach, not in this next CIDP. They have what we call a temporal mortuary. And as at now, it is serving well. But all this will be geared depending on the resource which will be available. We envisioned that some of our projects will be initiated.
What's that?
Director just finished presenting about the projects we're having on our ADP. And you asked a simple question. You have plans for the mortuaries. And now he's saying they have. So what was he presenting that didn't have the mortuary? Now he's having another one that is having ADP this financial year. Is he having two documents, one hidden somewhere that is having mortuaries? And unless I didn't get him, because he's mentioning that they're having plans.
You know, when we visited all the sub-county hospitals, we call them county hospitals. We went to all of them and we agreed that all of them should have mortuary services. And starting with Nyakach, if you go there, whatever you're calling, they have something, there's nothing there. So you don't call it a mortuary. And now we are going to have a theater. Remember, there's a building for a theater in Paponditi. So people will die. Where will we take these patients?
A holding room as they wait for body to be transported now to the mortuary, because you can't keep a dead body in the wards. So I don't know if you visited that, maybe you've not. They have a place where they can now hold this body awaiting transportation. Or if the police bring a body from outside to the hospital, they have somewhere they can hold for the body to be transferred. If that's what we call a mortuary, we have a problem.
And the same applies to Kombewa. They have a holding room as we speak. So it's not also a mortuary. So we expected your focus to be on the 7, are they 6 or 7? 7 county hospitals, mortuary. So have it. I know you don't defend, but have it. Have it in mind that they should be there in the next ADP. Again, there are projects that were in your proposed ADP for the last financial year budget. Your proposed budget for last financial year, but they were cut off. And the reason why they were cut off, you didn't even give all the reasons. It's because you had them in your department. Members also had their location on this other side. So they left the members' allocation and cut all the departmental projects. That's why they died that way. But we need to focus on them come this ADP, because we cannot leave them like that. We need to find a way why the proposed project were not captured in this year's budget and why they were cut off.
Yeah, just to build from that, I think at one point you had asked the director to let us know which projects they had proposed and were cut, and we never heard of them. So I'm not sure if they were really there, because we would have moved from there into making the ADP. So again, the best way of making an ADP is relating the documents. And I just want to give again an example of Kuoyo. Kuoyo, which they had completed and handed over at 7 million, is missing in this budget here and does not exist in the current ADP. When are we planning to finish such kind of projects? If in 3 consecutive years we can't complete them. So it's like one project we are going to take close to 5 years without a plan. So let's relate the document director so that we know we had these projects in 2022, 2023. They were not done for this particular purposes. We had these projects that were completed as per the scope of work but are not operational because they are not fully complete. Then we bring them over into the ADP, then we factor them in during budget estimates. Without which, Chair, again, I still insist that we are doing an activity in futility. Thank you.
Some is on the last 2023-2024 budget. Check on what was there, which is missing. Let us have them. We are eating in somebody else's meeting. We wanted just to show you the structure of Paponditi mortuary so that you can also have a look at it. I know you've not gone there, but we have a photo of the current photo of Paponditi mortuary. So maybe share with them. We can share with you so that you have a look at what we are talking about when we say we need to construct a mortuary there. Honorable
Thank you, Chair. Chair, something puzzles me, because if these are the people who are supposed to give us information on the ground, and then they come and present something that is not actual, where are we going to get this factual information? For example, talking of, if you look at Sigoti Health Center, Sigoti Health Center, renovation of Sigoti Health Center, male ward in Sigoti Health Center. Their remark is stating completed and operational. Yet they know that this ward was completed, yes, but there was no septic tank. And we appropriated for that. They removed it. It is not operational. How can it be operational without a septic tank? And here, they have brought an official document from them. It is operational. It is not proper.
Let's put on that. We've given (2023-2024), they are going to give us the status report of all those projects in the 35 wards. And that's why we'll have a discussion, because from the look of things, we are having office guys, not those who go to the ground. So the team that is here was given the report to come and present. So we want a team that can go, an M&E team that will go to the facilities, get the report, and give us the report before we handle the ADP. Because based on that, the report that they're going to give us will give them a direction on how to handle the ADP. Because we don't want to start new projects, yet we've not completed the one that was started before. And we also know that this year's projects, the one for this financial year, some of them had been proposed. But when they were doing the cut off in the budget, again, some of the projects were affected. And we've been told that there are only 42 projects that are going to be done. And they proposed over 100 projects. So it means almost 60 projects have disappeared in the way. So you'd want to know which projects disappeared in the way, and how do they want to proceed with those projects that were proposed in this current budget, but they didn't see the light of the day. Again, we've also given them a task to check on the projects that members proposed, like the one for Westward that was proposed a figure of 1.5, but what has been given is 750 million. So we want them to check on all those and give us a report after 2 weeks. So we'll invite them again here and we'll invite all the members so that we go through the projects together as one team. Then we come up with a decision on the next ADP, what they should have on the next ADP based on the report that they shall have given us.
Mr. Chair, that is very commendable. Just to add on what you have, in order for us to get a comprehensive report, because we have this issue of pending bills, which is not properly categorized, which pending bill from which department. I would rather when they come also, they give us a comprehensive report to what has been paid from their department, so that can inform us to know that your department has a pending bill of a certain amount.
Not for the department. I think that's a different.
No, but the department should be able to know what has been done and paid for. That will inform us.
For the pending bill, it may need a joint meeting with the Department of Finance. We may not subject them to discuss pending bills on the department, but that one is another department. That one, if you want to deal with pending bills, request the Department of Finance to join them so that we discuss it as a team. Because these people, they don't handle money. So we can question them on the projects and we may not question them on the issues of pending bills. What I'm saying,
yeah. But this will also save them from trouble. You know, when you go to finance, all the time things are pushed. We gave the department this much. They should also exonerate themselves by so giving out what they've been given. Now you can see every department is being blamed for lack of absorption. How do you absorb when you don't get the money? It is for them to come out and say, in our department, this was what was appropriated, this is what was consumed, and this is what we were given, so that we know how to deal with it. That finance department is a very tricky department. So we have to devise a method of how to catch up with them. And this is the way to go.
What Honorable Mumba is saying is true. They are the AI holder of this department, so they are able to check which ones have been paid. So up in this list, what is requesting is that we have another column for those which have been paid. You know, it's complete and handed over. Has it been paid? So that we are at par, that this project is completed and is being utilized by the public, but not yet paid or has been paid. That is what is requesting for, which I think the department has every documentation towards that, to check whether they have been paid or not. That's what we want.
Tricky, Honorable James, is because, you know, from the department, once they are through with the department, they believe these projects are going to be paid after giving a certificate of completion. So the paying point is another department. And sometimes you find projects goes there, they go to another year, another year, another year. So I don't think we are going to be fair to the department to go and look for those who have been paid in another department and those who have not been paid. If you want to be fair enough, if we are going to invite them, let us invite them with the other department, that is the paying department, so that the other department also will tell us, this ones we have paid, this one we have not paid, but not sending the department to go and look for another report on another department. As an assembly, there's no harm of inviting the two departments, because they are different departments. The paying departments and the implementing departments are different departments. So if you want to get the information about the other department, we can invite both of them. But we can't tell this department to go and look for records on those who have been paid and those who have not been paid. That is not their work. So if you want to get the information of how payment were done, let us invite the other department. They come together. There's no harm in doing that. We give them a same letter, and we invite the other department, they come together.
Chair. It's them to say this is possible or not possible. Yeah, not you. It is them.
We just go, is there in our standing order. Let us not do what is not within the mandate of the committee. So I cannot go and I cannot do something that's outside the mandate of the committee. We cannot tell this committee in a letter, official letter, that we want you to go. That is the work of the finance department. So if you want any information on the finance department, we invite the finance department, but we don't invite another department to give us information in another department. So we can invite both of them. I don't see the harm of inviting both of them. Yeah.
Thank you. You have ruled. I'm only appealing to the department on Chulaimbo. You understand the pressure Chulaimbo has, given the student number and everything. Kindly, please, do something in Chulaimbo during the ADP for the coming ADP. It is very important. I know in terms of priority, I saw you are coming from Jaramogi to district, the former district hospital, to Ahero, to Kombewa, then to Chulaimbo. That in terms of order is a bit demeaning, given it is a training, it is the only training facility for our medics, and given the population around there. And that is now, it really matters for the people of Kisumu West, not Westward. Westward is just Westward, but Kisumu West is a constituency or a sub-county. So kindly, please, when you are doing your analysis on the allocations, kindly please consider Chulaimbo. Thank you.
With that, we have to conclude our meeting, and I'll request Honorable members of Honorable Lumumba to close by a word of prayer. The other two are friends of the committee.
In the name of the Father, and Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Father Almighty, we come before thee this morning, thanking you for the good guidance that you have provided us with. We thank you for the fruitful deliberation. As we depart now, Father, we ask you to take care of each one of us. Those who are leaving for their various offices, guide them and take care of them the whole day. I pray this, the almighty name, Jesus Christ. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Umepana kele mwana.